Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Poe, and tonight I am again coming to you from work. I feel like that's a thing now because it gets so boring here when there's nothing to do and I don't feel like clocking in. I feel like that's kind of a unique situation. Everybody else has got to clock in at a certain time, and I have the option of clocking in and out when I want. Even if it's dead ass the middle of the night. So I'm here eating my dinner. I eat dinner here a lot. And I wanted to talk about homelessness. And homelessness in America specifically. That is terrible lighting. Anyway, so as you guys probably know, I've been homeless quite a bit. And I've met a lot of homeless people, a lot of people who have been homeless. And it's they kind of all have a horror story about, whatever happened to make them homeless. Not all of them. Okay, not all of them, but some of them. And, a lot of it is circumstances and people being assholes and mental illness, and very rarely is it something they can control. And the way my city treats homelessness is really all sorts of fucked up, really. A lot of the homeless here use hotels to take baths and, have a place to sleep when it's really ultra hot, because my city has done the anti-homeless things on park benches and stuff, and there's not really public places to shower. So either you walk around smelling like an asshole, or you rent a hotel for a night. For, depending on the hotel, pretty much $100 a night is the cheapest you're gonna get. And if it's the CMAs, those prices go way up. So, my city does a thing that I'm not sure people realize is, around tourist times, because we have so many homeless, they go in, they destroy homeless camps. They will wait until the homeless are out trying to get money, trying to work, trying to sell papers or whatever, and then they destroy their camps. Sometimes they will arrest the homeless on really menial charges and stick them in jail for however long the event is going on. And how do I know this? Well, when I've been homeless. But my mom was actually in jail for a weekend during a big tourist event, and there were a lot of homeless people there. And one of them she happened to have known before, and they talked a little, and she was like, yeah, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just charged with loitering and whatever. And it was wild. So there's that. And my part of the town wanted to build a set of little houses for the homeless, and the people in my part of town freaked out. They were like, no little houses, no, we don't want mentally ill drug addicts here. They were like, it's gonna make us unsafe, we're not gonna be safe. No, but the homeless aren't, they're no more dangerous than most people. Even if they are mentally ill, they're no more dangerous than the guys drag racing in the middle of the night in the proximity of, the walking proximity of 3 schools. They're drag racing, and they don't even do it just in the middle of the night. They've done it around the time school gets in and lets out. And nobody does anything about that. Nobody cares about that. But you care about the homeless having a place to shower at night and sleep and fucking make some food. And this church wanted to build them I'm not sure how it's going, but everybody was protesting it and stuff, and they were like, "You're gonna make us unsafe." So one woman I remember during a debate was like, they're homeless because they're drug addicts, and they chose to be that way. They didn't get any help, and they were like stealing from friends and family, so they're just homeless. And I was like, I'm sorry. Tell that to little 8-year-old me. Call little 8-year-old me a little drug addict. I wasn't. But no. We have a lot of homeless here that are not homeless by their own doing, and they may be mentally ill in some cases, and it doesn't mean they're any more dangerous than people with homes. And they're not going out and robbing people and shooting people. You notice the people that are shooting people here are usually not homeless. They're usually gang affiliated, or, just jackasses who aren't homeless. And it's a big old mess. I don't like it. It pisses me off. Eat me some sushi. Okay. Excuse me. So we have this little community center near where my trailer is. And as you probably know, my trailer does not have electricity, running water, air conditioning, heat, even a fan. So I Googled this little community center near the library, because I go to the library sometimes to get out of the heat, but I really needed a shower. And we couldn't afford the rooms during fanfare pricing. I Googled it. It said it was open. It didn't say anything about being closed. It said the pool is free. So I figured I'd go swim and then hop in the shower after I swim. And I should be able to, right? I'm part of the community. But no, I got there. They were like, actually, nothing's available because we have a bunch of kids in camp or whatever. So you're basically running a daycare center and closing off the rest of the facilities to the community. And this is camp you have to pay for at a free community center. And I was like, is the gym open? They were like, no. What, are the little 5-year-olds going to be bench pressing now? I digress. But it highlighted for me the lack of spaces to go for anybody, for teenagers who have nothing to do, for the homeless who have nowhere to shower, for the community who wants to go to a community center. And it all kind of was, I was like, well, this is fun. We're at one of the hottest days of the year so far. It was 90 degrees outside. And there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to shower. There's nowhere to cool off. I could have gone to the library. I did. I have gone to the library in that heat. But I smelled like ass. Because I am a human being who eventually is going to start to smell if I don't shower. We have checked into a hotel since, and I have obviously had a shower. It'd be pretty obvious if I hadn't had a shower, because my hair would be ugly and greasy. But I guess I'm putting out this video. There's not a whole lot. My city wants to put in a transit system, and it's like $2 billion or something. They want to raise taxes to do it. What good is that going to do? You're going to bring more people from out of town to work. So more people who live here don't have places to work. Don't have places to live, don't have places to work. Can't get a car. Have to ride the bus. Everywhere, every damn where. Whatever, I realize there's not a lot you guys can do about that except, of course, political activism, voting, and that sort of thing. You're paying attention to the laws that are trying to go on the books. But what I can really encourage you guys to do is realize that the homeless, more often than not, are not that way by their own design. They're not bad people most of the time. They can be, but a lot of the time they're sick. They're mentally ill. They could be physically disabled. A lot of them are physically disabled, can't afford to go to the doctor, don't have anywhere to go, anywhere to shower. So be empathetic. You don't have to give them money, because I know everybody's like, don't give the homeless money, they could go buy alcohol. They very well could. So if you have extra and you're willing to give, I'm not saying give. I'm not forcing you to give, but if you are willing to be charitable, just be like, hey, you want to go out to dinner with me? A lot of them are going to take you up on it. Some of them, you'll notice the scammers, the ones who aren't really homeless, are usually not going to take you up on it. You can be like, can I buy you a popsicle at the local gas station? We do that. We're not very rich, but sometimes we'll be like, you want a popsicle? It's 90 degrees outside, and you're standing in the sun trying to sell newspapers, making however much selling the homeless newspapers makes, but you want something to drink? You want ice cream? You want this apple? It's kind of basic stuff, and this video is basically more of me just encouraging you to be empathetic and caring about your fellow people, because the homeless are not just homeless. They are also people. They're people with stories. They're veterans or children or mothers or people who have been abused into mental illness, and yes, some of them are drug addicts, and that's its own issue. I'll do a video on drug addiction too, because that has affected my life pretty badly. But yeah, just realize that we are technically people. We are people too. And we are dying. Homeless people are dying, freezing to death, and having heat strokes, and getting their camps raided by cops, and being arrested. And sometimes they will try to be arrested because the jail will feed them and give them a place to lay their head with an air conditioner or with a heater, and mostly won't let them die. So yeah, that's about it. Just make a better world for people, I guess. Do what you can. Do what you're willing to do. Don't just curse them out and call them... Is that curl? Anyway, don't just... Maybe just start by changing the way you think about them. And instead of just dirty homeless people, just get rid of the dirty and the homeless and be like, people. They're people. Anyway, thanks for listening. Subscribe, whatever. Or just like the video. Do something. I don't care. Bye.